Okay, for this next video, we're going to just do a brief run through of all the tools in menu option number 8. So we've got 8 more options in the tool menu. The first one is checking wallet balance options. You can check the free balance of one coin. I don't know, let's do BTC. I probably don't have any, but let's just see. Nope, I don't have any. I'm going to check USDT. That's how much I got. Now the robot thinks I'm working with more USDT because I over allocated. I just leave a little bit of the quote currency reserve in there, and if it's getting close to zero, then I might add more. So the allocations think now I'm honest with all of the coin allocations and dishonest with the dollar allocations because I want more of my dollars working and trading at a time, and it's unlikely that this goes to zero, and it does happen sometimes, like if I only have 10% of my allocations, 10% of the allocation is actually in the account, then all the prices, if all the prices fall 10%, then I'm going to use up the rest of this money to buy more. In that case, the robot will just stop trying to buy, and as soon as something sells and gives it more money, it'll be able to buy again, or you can add more dollars later. It's totally fine. So over allocating dollars or your quote currency, whatever your quote currency, is fine to do. We can check the free balance of all the coins I'm trading. These are all the coins I'm trading. These are all those balances. And the quote currency balances will show up here. If you're trading more than one quote currency, then those will show up down here. Okay? And you can check the free balances of all coins in the account on the exchange. Maybe there's some coin you're not trading yet, and you just want to see how much you have, and then divide that number by 2 and sell that coin into your allocations. Okay. Next tool option number 2 is to sync the coin allocations to the wallet balance amounts. So whatever is actually in your wallet, you can add more, and maybe you just want to synchronize the allocations in the files, the JSON file, with the balances on the exchange. That's just a fast way to do it. I'm not going to go into number 2 because well, actually, let's do it. Do I have a fix there? Done. Okay, so it did it. Whatever the coins were, if there was any slight discrepancy, they are fixed now, and the allocations of the coins perfectly match what's on the exchange in my wallet balance. Okay, so the next one is redistribute quote currency options, and we've got some options. Option 1 is you can distribute the actual wallet balance of your quote currencies evenly across the traded markets. So like if you have, you know, $10,000 and it's spread out across, 100 different coins, you can distribute $100 to each of those 100 coins, right? Like maybe there's $200 on one market in allocations and there's $50 on another market in allocations. This will just bring all of the quote currency even across all. Okay. Now that would be the actual wallet balance, not the amount allocated. Now I've over allocated, so what I would do is redistribute the sum of allocated balance, which means, I might have lied about how many dollars I have, and so I would use this one rather than the wallet balance. You could also set a new virtual or fake, right? I could just say, all right, I want to pretend like there's $200 that every coin can work with, right? You can set a virtual fake quote allocation directly from here. Now, any option that you choose under redistributing quote allocations will, let's see, it will reset the initial allocations to equal the current allocation for both coin and quote currencies, so that forecasting from future trading reports will remain closer to accurate. I don't recommend ever doing this, but I think somebody had requested something like that, and so I came up with some different ways to do it. The next one, liquidation options. You can liquidate one coin to a quote currency, and then it will remove it from the allocations.json file. Or you could liquidate all the coins that you're trading to whatever the quote currency is for those markets. Um, I'm not going to do those now. I've tested this version. It works perfectly on at least KuCoin. It should work on all exchanges. And if it doesn't, go to my Discord, talk to me, and I'll find a way to fix it. Then we've got market list options. So this is a good way to get comma separated lists. Right? You can list the currently traded markets on a specific quote currency, tells you what those quote currencies on the exchange are. You can list all the markets available on a specific quote currency. You can list the markets that you're not trading yet on a specific quote currency. Very straightforward. And let me just do that real quick. Let's do list the markets that I'm not trading on PAX. 4 markets. I'm not trading any of those. Okay. Anyway, so then you get a comma separated list if you want to feed that into the allocation setup. Okay, because that requires a comma separated list. Let's go back and to the next one, market info. This was really just for me actually when I was trying to diagnose errors, but I left it in here. So you can look at any market. Let's go ahead and look at BTC/USDT because that's available on KuCoin. And I want to let you know that this info section is what the trading exchange actually sends back in its API return call. And then the rest of this is the unified API that tries to fill all the information in a unified way. For example, this symbol here is BTC/USDT. And the symbol on another exchange might be BTC/USDT or BTC-USDT or BTC_ maybe. But it'll take the symbol from down here and convert it to this slash so that on every exchange, this is the format, right? It's to make it easier for programmers to program trading robots that work on multiple exchanges. So this is the original, and they take this information and pump it into the unified. All right. Not that you need that unless you're a programmer, or if you're just curious, Like speaking of curiosity, you see the base in quotes. So the base max size, this would be the maximum trade size. You can't trade more than one. Well, that's ridiculous. There aren't even that many Bitcoins that will ever be minted. There will never be 10 billion Bitcoins. There can only be what, like 21 million, 24 million, something like that. But what I like to look at the most is cost. I want to know the minimum cost. So you only need to spend, you can trade a penny worth of Bitcoin at a time. And the maximum cost, oh, here we go. This is different than the maximum trade size. You can trade up to $99.999 million at once. That's cool. But yeah, that's one I look at. If I want to find a bunch of coins that, let's say I could just allocate $1 to this market and the trading system will work on it, right? Except here's another limit. This is the minimum Bitcoin trade size. So down here, the minimum cost is a penny, but up here, it's e to the minus 0.05 is 0.00001. And that might, I think that's worth 50 cents maybe. If Bitcoin is $50,000, let's see, it would be, let's see. If one Bitcoin was $50,000, then we would have, let's see, 5,555 and 50 cents. Yeah, so about 50 cents. Okay. So the minimum cost is not 1 penny. The minimum cost really would be about 50 cents. So yeah, those are the limits. Okay. Anyway, not that you need to know all this stuff, but it is useful for picking. If you have a small amount of money to work with, but you want to pick as many markets as possible, you can test each market and find the ones with the smallest trade sizes. And I've seen trade sizes under like at a tenth of a penny before. It's insane what KuCoin lets you do. And then we can show the available candle time frames. On KuCoin, you've got a lot of time frames. I believe on Coinbase you have maybe half this many different candle time frames. And then I do have one more thing. This is a market order. Now, this will not affect allocations. This is just being able to place a market order directly from the robot. Let's say maybe you liquidated to dollars and Bitcoin because you were trading from two different markets, two different quote currency markets, and maybe you just want to quickly, look up how much Bitcoin you have left and then do a market order and sell that to dollars, then pull all your dollars out. Also, this market order is cool for bypassing having to do your two-factor authentication on the exchange website itself or in your phone app or whatever. This will, because it's running on your API key set, it can place that order instantaneously without any red tape in the way. So, but again, this will not at all affect allocations. So if there's any allocation remaining and you place a market order, you'll have to, reset that later. Moving on. Also, a market order just means it'll take the trade will definitely go through because it's not a limit order hoping for enough liquidity. It will take as many order book prices as it takes to fill the liquidity. So you probably won't get the best price possible if it's a large liquidation and it's on a low volume market. So now not every market, or excuse me, not every exchange has market orders. Some exchanges only allow limit orders. So if this fails, it could be that the exchange just doesn't allow market orders. But that is a useful tool. It works on KuCoin. See you in the next video.